And at this time, we will now hear from our witnesses, and today's witnesses are Ms. Courtney Lang, Vice President of Policy, Trust, Data, and Technology at the Information Technology Industry Council, ITI. Mr. Sam Rubin, Vice President, Global Head of Operations, Unit 42 at Palo Alto Networks. Dr. Sameh Yamany, Chief Technology Officer at Viavi Solutions. And Dr. Nicole Turner-Lee, Senior Fellow in Governance Studies and Director at the Center for Technology Innovation at the Brookings Institution. So thank you very much for being with us. Dr. Yamany, you are recognized for 5 minutes.
Chairman Lara, Ranking Member Matsui, and members of the subcommittee, thank you for offering me to testify today. My name is Dr. Sameh Yamany. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Viavi Solutions, an American technology company headquarters in Chandler, Arizona, with nearly 2,000 US employees. At Viavi, we are proud to be transforming communication networks using AI technologies. Whether we are helping plan how a network will cope with the traffic demands of major sporting events or when disasters strike, Viavi is bringing the power of AI to improve American telecommunications. In big cities and small towns across our nation, the introduction of AI-driven network solutions by Viavi are revolutionizing the telecommunication industry to keep Americans connected when and where they need it the most. While we do not work with everyday American consumers, our technology supports their critical day-to-day connectivity needs. Many of our tools have progressively incorporated AI and machine learning technologies to improve the accuracy and efficiency of network functions and take on tasks that human operators could never have performed, including proactively safeguarding against cybersecurity threats and vulnerabilities. Perhaps Viavi's most advanced tool for improving American communication networks is our AI-powered digital twin technology. These powerful applications create what we think of as a network's flight simulator to help our customers understand how networks will respond in the real world by first creating a virtual network of the provider networks and simulating millions of network events. Viavi's AI system enable real-time adjustment to manage complex problems in the network because they have seen them before in the digital twin. Viavi's proactive approach to network monitoring and management means that we can help providers speed repairs and reduce the need for extensive manual labor when restoring critical services during and after disasters. We can provide specific guidance about which particular parts of the network should be fixed and in what order to restore connectivity as quickly as possible. But disasters aren't the only stressors on our nation's network. Sporting events, celebration, and other mass gatherings can easily overwhelm a network, potentially cutting off the communication needed, for example, to reunite families in a large crowd or provide medical services. Here too, Viavi's AI-driven solutions help providers optimize their network, both in advance and as situation evolves. The challenges we face in securing our telecommunications supply chain are vast and complex, and another choke point where AI-driven solutions help serve the needs of American telecom operators and consumers. Specifically, as we transition to Open RAN, Open Radio Access Network, Open RAN technology, rather than a controlled network stack from a single vendor, Open RAN will consist of a highly diverse set of disaggregated pieces of hardware and software components sourced from multiple vendors. Viavi applauds the incredible bipartisan work done by the leaders of this committee in drafting, enacting, and funding the USA Telecommunications Act to promote the development and use of Open RAN technology here in the United States. And we are also encouraged by your recent actions to advance the Open RAN Outreach Act to help ensure these technologies live up to their full potential. The goals you have set for this transition are critical, but present challenges to industry, challenges Viavi's AI solutions are built to address. Our AI digital twin technology learns the complex behavior of Open RAN and emulates them in the lab. In short, network operators can virtually build an ORAN or an advanced 6G network alongside a digital representation of their existing network and see how they will work together and gain confidence, all before the first component is deployed in a live environment. AI, like many significant technological advancements that have come before it, necessitates a discussion of regulations and guidelines to safeguard its operation and ensure security, safety, privacy, and impartiality. But not two AI technologies are equivalent, and each carry different risks, impacts, and implications. As the committee continues its pivotal work on AI, we urge you to embrace the nuanced nature of AI systems, particularly those offered by Viavi. Low-risk, high-value AI systems like ours, which we term Telco AI, represent a new frontier in enhancing network security, resiliency, and efficiency. At Viavi, we take pride in our leadership in the field of telecom-based AI solutions and welcome the opportunity to be a resource to this committee. Our technologies hold the potential to profoundly contribute to the enhancement of American networks. We are committed to fortifying the critical infrastructure upon which our nation relies. And we thank you for the honor to testify here today, and I look forward for your questions.
Thank you very much. And
As NTIA continues implementation, I believe AI will play a critical role in supporting Open RAN and multi-vendor networks. Mr. Yamany, while greenfield deployment of Open RAN networks are moving ahead, integration of Open RAN into existing networks can be more challenging. How can AI be leveraged to support Open RAN integration?
Thank you, Madam Congressman. Definitely, the problem with Open RAN today, or the potential of Open RAN, is to open up the supply chain and create more innovation. The confidence in these new technologies in terms of replacing what's currently there and get the confidence about its performance requires a lot of testing. It requires a lot of bringing a lot of maturity into the technology itself. And this is one of the areas, again, this concept of digital twin will create more confidence because you can actually build a complete Open RAN network with all the different components and test it at scale and find out if there are problems, if you can actually emulate what you currently have so that when you rip and replace, you have more confidence in this new technology and you can deploy it at scale, not worried about that it can match the demands from the network itself.
Okay, thank you very much.
If you will. Dr. Yamany, I'm happy to hear your solution-based approach at Viavi, helping networks remain operational. I wonder if you could expand a little on how AI helps communications stay operational during natural disasters and storms like that.
Thank you for the question, Congressman. Yes, definitely AI and the tools of collecting data about where you have to do the next repair quickly and understanding from the data. For example, most of the hurricane will change the antenna alignments, right? The antenna will move. But a lot of the time, the operators don't know which one, and you have thousands and thousands of antennas. You have to go and inspect manually. Using AI tools and the data we collect, we can prioritize exactly where you need to go first quickly to restore the services so that a lot of these first responders and all of the requirement connectivity is there. So using AI tools with the data that's being collected and provided and historical data of where are areas of concerns and how you can prioritize and do this more automatically, that's exactly what you need to actually quickly restore the service.
Question for Mr. Yamany. In Idaho, we have a significant amount of broadband networks, and there's a tremendous rural community. And in order to connect those, broadband networks have been proliferated quite heavily. And I wanted to just talk to you about that. Can you speak about ways in which artificial intelligence may be able to monitor the performance and the quality of those networks?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. I think understanding the quality of service that customers and consumers are getting is very important to actually make sure that these services can be used for their day-to-day life connectivity and the businesses. And definitely AI can help in understanding patterns of behavior where some malfunctions or some kind of misconfiguration of the network or something that needs more optimization where you can reutilize resources from different areas. It requires the analysis of a lot of these network data and using AI tools to be able to detect these patterns and provide algorithms for optimization. That's really where the AI can help ensure quality of service, but also improves some of the connectivities that consumers are getting.
Thank you for that. I want to go back to Mr. Yamany and shift the topic just a little bit. But you noted in your testimony the importance of open radio access networks when it comes specifically to strengthening supply chain, trusted networks, and so on as we prepare to a migration for 6G. I know the committee has been working on some bipartisan legislation, and I've supported that, for defense appropriations. H.R. 1340 is one of those examples. I know that it appropriated in CHIPS and Science Act some revenue streams there. What has your experience been when it comes to grant applications and the grant application process? And do you see improvements that we can consider here on the congressional side as we look towards those smaller providers in rural areas? And just want to open up that topic and get your feedback, please.
Thank you for the question. Absolutely, we are seeing that to actually promote the Open RAN, there is a requirement there that the operators see the benefit, but also get the confidence. I think you're replacing a single vendor that has been there for a long time, that they build a lot of equity in terms of performance and operation. I think one of the challenges we are seeing in Open RAN today is that you really need this kind of test bed, and again, coming back to the digital twin, a flight simulator, so people can test Open RAN and get more confidence so that they can deploy it. And I think the grants are playing a very important role that we have been working with NTIA in terms of creating this test bed and providing capabilities for smaller players to come in and first develop the Open RAN, but also at the same time provide confidence for the operators. Yes, this technology can work, it can actually work at scale, and it can provide the performance that you are looking for.
Great.
Well, obviously, we want to protect private property rights here, and that's an issue that needs exploring. But then how can companies best identify and mitigate bias as far as in algorithms to ensure fair outcomes for all users? How are member companies developing this AI transparency and accountability? These are all questions that need to be answered. Is there anyone else that would like to share your thoughts on that subject?
Yeah. Let me share maybe something similar to what we're doing in the network side. AI and the training data will create these biases, but at the same time, you can also use another independent AI to actually test the AI and find out these biases. So the idea of AI guarding AI and AI testing AI, it's something that we are also looking at, because you're going to have to let AI, it's happening. So, but at the same time, put the guardrails and have an independent kind of AI actually testing and identifying the biases.
Where I'm from.
Mr. Yamany, can AI predict potential network failures or equipment malfunctions before they occur?
Absolutely. And in fact, now using AI more and more, the concept again of building this digital twin where you can have a copy of your network continuously doing what-if analysis, right? And that's where AI helps. So you can actually continuously, like again, it's a flight simulator. The more you use the flight simulator, the more you can predict what can happen. So being proactive in terms of understanding all the different nuances of how can a certain rollout, a certain blackout can impact, and how we can quickly, the problem is not detecting the disaster, but what happens after the disaster to actually quickly restore the services.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Yamany, thank you. I'm interested, sir, in learning more about the potential for AI to have a role in network slicing. As you know, network slicing allows portions of a network to be sliced and used for specific needs. Doctor, can you give a brief overview of network slicing, why it's important, and what, if any, role AI can play in network slicing?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. Yes, definitely, network slicing is a new technique in using the network efficiently. So you can actually proactively create new applications, let's say, for automotive industry, for healthcare, using the same kind of network infrastructure. You don't have to build a specific network for that. So you use the same network, and then you create a slice within it using different resources to actually create the service for these kind of applications. It has a lot of benefits. First of all, it uses the network efficiently, coming back to the spectrum efficiency. That means you can use more of the same network on the same spectrum, and AI will help you decide how you can do that. But also, it's a very important thing when we talk about, for example, energy efficiency. One of the biggest problems right now is Telecom in 5G and then coming with 6G is that we're densifying the network. We're using a lot of different resources out there, and energy is a big issue. AI, with the network slicing capabilities, can actually use efficiently, decide how the energy being used, and reduce the need for more energy and distribute the energy efficiently.